Kicking off News to Go with a live look at I-75 at the Ronald Reagan. This is a crash that's been worked on for a little while now. You see a rolled over vehicle in the middle of your screen. The roads are wet this morning. We're going to check in with Katie Donovan for a look at the traffic maps and all the spots that have had issues this morning.
Yeah, in fairness, we have not seen this amount of rain in a number of days, so it definitely is making that weather impact day an actual impact this morning.
And we've got several weather impact days lined up to start the week because rain is back in the forecast every day through Thursday. Let's take a look at what's going on right now. Now, the good news I have for you is this is likely the wettest time for us through the day. The morning rush having a bigger impact than anything going on later today. You can see the rain much more widespread and impacting most of greater Cincinnati here as we hit the morning commute. So as we take a look at the 275 loop, no matter where you're jumping on the highway, we've got wet roads, couple pockets where it's coming down just a little bit heavier. Looks like crossing over the river right now there near Riverbend, and another one right over top of downtown Loveland, a little heavier downpour, but the rain a little more intense across Claremont County, anywhere from down the river all the way up in through Goshen, seeing some moderate downpours. Brown County now seeing that rainfall rate pick up anywhere along Route 68, and then to the north in through areas along 71. From just outside of Lebanon, Morrow, all the way up and through Wilmington, you've got steady soaker there, but not a whole lot in the way of lightning. We've seen a lot of lightning down toward Louisville this morning. This morning right now, over Owenton seeing some heavier rain, and currently Switzerland County is seeing lighter rainfall, but some heavier bands were basically stuck over top of the county earlier. So area radar indicating anywhere from about an inch to maybe over 2 inches in spots. Be aware there could be some spots with high water in portions of Switzerland County. Now, as we head through the day today, in the morning rush, widespread rain, few rumbles of thunder. We do have a weather impact symbol for the morning. Later today, a little more hit and miss, mainly flaring up after about 4 or 5 p.m. We do have daily downpours, and I'll take a closer look at the next couple of days in the 7-day forecast so you can see the timeline and the impact that'll have on your outdoor plans coming up. Megan?
All right, Randy, thank you. You could track the path of the storms and their impact on you from your phone. Download the free WLWT mobile app. Make sure you have the alerts turned on. We'll send you any information and notifications when severe weather is headed toward you. Now let's get a check of traffic. Katie, you have had a busy morning.
Yeah, it's been very busy. We've had a lot of crashes to report. This is the Reagan eastbound just past 75. Tow truck has showed up on scene for this rolled over vehicle, so Reagan will likely be opening up soon, but this has been a really slow process just to clear this up this morning. So we've got, again, that closure from 75 to around Galbraith on the Reagan eastbound, at least for the time being. And then up north here, 71 north at Ohio 48, we have another crash, has the left-hand shoulder blocked. Maybe some minor slowdowns with that one as you're getting off of 71, and then places on 275 west from 74. We have the entry ramp lane blocked for a crash near Taylor's Creek. No big slowdowns with that, but a couple of crashes just up the road, 275 west at the Reagan. We have a crash that has the right lane blocked, and then another right lane blocked near the Blue Rock exit for a crash. Up the road from that, another one in Colerain, 275 eastbound at Colerain. We have the right lane blocked for a crash there, and then 75 north, the left lane is going to be blocked at Hopple Street. That one's been a bigger problem coming in from the northern Kentucky area, so plan on at least a 10, maybe 15-minute delay with that. And then 275 north at Ohio 32, that's going to have the right lane blocked for a crash there, and it looks like maybe about a 10 to 15-minute slowdown with that one. Another breakdown to report. This is going to be on 71 north near Weaver Road. That's not causing too many big problems, but again, throughout the viewing area, heavy rain continues to move through. It's been causing issues throughout the morning. We'll keep you updated on any other crashes that may pop up.
Yeah, I've been in politics a long time. I've never seen anything quite like this.
Well, it is a historic day, and President Biden made a courageous decision.
I am emotional about the president's decision.
Since he's made that decision, we have to move forward.
I think today we should focus on Joe Biden's incredible legacy of service to our nation, his selflessness, his accomplishments in his decades in the Senate.
In Commitment 2024, a historic turn in the presidential race, President Biden announcing he's putting an end to his campaign. Biden now endorsing his vice president, Kamala Harris, for the nomination. Harris says she's ready to step up and be the Democratic pick less than 4 months from the November election. And WLWT News 5's Giacomo Luca live for us this morning with how some local Democrats are reacting to this historic shakeup. Giacomo.
Yeah, Megan, while reports of President Biden dropping out of the campaign has been swirling in political circles for weeks, this historic announcement for President Biden to leave the campaign trail is certainly rumbling, making shockwaves like a tornado across the country. Local Democrats, they say the motor's now revved up. Some certainly reflecting on the President Biden's legacy in office, while others saying Kamala Harris is now the party's best shot at winning the White House.
She is ready for the job. Now, I have strongly endorsed her, but I do want to caution the Democratic Party. Look, this can't be a coronation. The vice president in her statement made it very clear that she has to earn this. She's already on the phones calling Democratic leaders throughout the country, calling activists, calling supporters to earn that support. And I expect that she'll be able to do that. But this is not a foregone conclusion. While I am strongly supporting her, she understands that she's got to earn it.
Now, the U.S. Senator from Ohio, Sherrod Brown, was the first in the party to call on President Biden to drop out of the race. Senator Brown released a statement writing, "I thank President Biden for his years of committed service to the country we love as senator, as vice president, and as president." Now, not every Democrat is committed to a Harris campaign thus far, and it is possible that we could see an even wider group of candidates as we go into the Democratic National Convention, which kicks off in just a month from now. One of the top names being thrown out there is Kentucky's Governor Andy Beshear, either as a potential candidate or even a vice presidential candidate. We're live this morning downtown Cincinnati. Giacomo Luca, WLWT News 5.
Giacomo, thank you. And important to note, Harris already has a big war chest in fundraising between the campaign and others, about $300 million in her back pocket. All right, turning to the other side of the race, after months of challenging President Biden and his record, they'll have a new opponent. WLWT News 5's Richard Childs continues our team coverage. Richard, some are calling it a shock, while others say this decision is not surprising.
Well, Stephen, local Republicans responding very swiftly to the changes at the top of the Democratic ticket. Many of these folks were in Milwaukee for the Republican National Convention, just returning home, saying that the rumors were swirling there that Biden may step out of the race. Now, many say they're just shocked at the timing. Now, President Joe Biden again saying he is not moving forward, withdrawing from the race for president in 2024. Local politicians supporting his choice to step down. Congressman Brad Wenstrup writing in part, today's decision by President Biden is the correct decision for our country, one that most Americans realized following the debate between Biden and Trump. Many, in fact, knew before the debate. Vice President Harris possibly taking over the Democratic Party ticket will influence many voters who initially thought they'd be choosing between Biden and Trump. The impact moving past not only the presidential race, but the local one as well, especially here in Ohio, where the competitive Senate and House seat is in play. Ohio GOP leader Alex Triantafilo pushing back against the move, telling us that the swift change skips past the primary process, which he feels may alienate millions of voters. Now, coming out of the RNC, many Republicans say that their party is unified as the Democrats now try and build that consensus at the top of the ticket. Some Republicans, in fact, calling for President Biden to perhaps step down early, perhaps saying that he is not fit to continue his term as president. Reporting live this morning, Richard Childs, WLWT News 5.
All right, Richard, thank you. And the president's departure coming on the heels of U.S. Senator J.D. Vance's rally in Middletown today. It is the first time he will be speaking in this town since being appointed to the Republican national ticket as the vice presidential nominee. That's where we find WLWT News 5's Danielle Dindak with how he's responding to the stunning change on the Democratic side. Danielle.
Yeah, Megan, Vance is coming home and making his solo debut here at Middletown High School this afternoon. Of course, this is coming in the middle of that Democratic shakeup. Now, Vance is calling on Biden to resign and also criticizing Kamala Harris, posting this on X, stating in part, she owns all of these failures and lied for nearly 4 years about Biden's mental capacity, saddling the nation with a president who can't do the job. President Trump and I are ready to save America, who's ever at the top of the the Democratic ticket. Now, doors will open here at 10:30, and Vance is slated to speak around 1:30 this afternoon. Now, I mentioned doors are opening at 10:30, but people are already coming into the parking lot. We'll have a full story throughout the rest of the day about this rally. Reporting live, Danielle Dindak, WLWT News 5.
All right, Danielle, thank you. We will continue to lead the way with any developments now that President Biden has formally suspended his re-election campaign. You can find updates anytime on WLWT.com and on our free mobile app as well.
Okay, it's 6:54 here on our Monday morning. We've been watching the rain, and that rain has been impacting traffic as well. Katie Donovan has been all over multiple crashes. Katie, this one in particular, a rolled over car.
Yeah, rollover here. This is going to be 75 near the Ronald Reagan eastbound. Tow trucks are on scene helping to clear this one up. So I believe the Reagan will probably be open soon, but this has been a longer term closure from 75 to around Galbraith. You can see traffic pretty heavy on 75 north as you make your way towards the Reagan. This is likely just from folks detouring around that, realizing that that closure is there. So plan on delays. I would definitely leave extra time. Left shoulder is going to be blocked for a crash on 71 north at Ohio 48. We're seeing some minor slowdowns there as you're getting off of 71 and then 275 westbound. That's going to be at Blue Rock. We have a crash here that has the right lane blocked. Minor slowdowns with that. Left lane's blocked on 75 north at Hopple Street. We're seeing about a 5 to 10 minute delay now with that one there. Rain continues to fall, and then some bigger delays, about 10, maybe 15 minutes delay on 275 north. That's going to be just past Ohio 32. We have a lane closure there for a crash. New crash just popped up. The left lane, the left shoulder are blocked, and I think one other lane from other reports that I were seeing on 275 west. It's going to be at Dixie Highway. We've got really heavy traffic here. I would plan on maybe a 10 to 15 minute delay with that one, possibly longer. And then a stalled vehicle on 71 north at Weaver Road. Otherwise, is your only issues. We'll keep you updated as we go through the morning. Right now, I'll send things to Randy with the latest on all this rain.
So your only issues after you go through all of those. All right, as we look at the radar right now, you can see things are starting to dry out to the north and west, but still going to see rain through much of the area. Heading up on 7 a.m., you're going to notice big differences by the time we get to 8, 9 o'clock. Right now, showers and a few thunderstorms, no severe weather, but steady rain inside the 275 loop in all areas to the east. 12-hour forecast shows an impact for the morning rush, a breather, and then the potential for a few more hit and miss downpours as we get into kind of the late evening hours. 7-day forecast tomorrow, a few afternoon downpours, a few more on Wednesday. Thursday's probably the wettest day, but it gets out of here Thursday evening. Good news for the big concerts Thursday night and through the weekend.
Good to know, Randy. Thank you. Have a great one.